Sentinel Training is a general physical preparedness program.
What is GPP? It is the ideal foundation and core of an athlete's training regimen,
creating the strong base of fitness with which you can layer on accessory or specialty work unique to your weaknesses or sports demands.
Sentinel Training focuses on the pillars of constantly varied functional movements executed at high intensity to develop the fittest athletes across broad time and modal domains.
Our workouts are designed with intentional variance while allowing for maximum intensity and transfer of skill to prepare them for the unknown and unknowable demands of life and the sport of fitness.
60 consists of a devastating 1-hour training regimen with a skill development or strength progression depending on the day, and the most creative and fun workouts you will find anywhere.
Compete has core movement patterns and skills that athletes touch on a weekly basis in a creative and intentionally varied way in order to expose our competitive athletes to more movements, more variations, and more formats than any other training program you will find.
Train with us. Stop wasting your potential. TrainSentinel.com.
Did that come up weird for people watching? That's this twice now that ad has been messed up. I wonder, is it my internet not slow or not fast enough? Corey, maybe you can let me know if that ad came up weird, if the sound was off. Welcome.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm fine. Do you hear
Matias?
me? Yes.
Or Matias? Matias.
Yes.
You're from Spain?
Correct.
Okay. Where in Spain?
The north of Spain. Our city is known because we let some bulls run in the streets.
Oh, Pamplona.
Yeah, exactly.
I know Pamplona. Are Pixen in Pamplona as well?
No, they're 50 kilometers from here.
Okay. Their event was there like 2 years ago, or?
There were 2 events this year. One was them and another one was independently organized. Yep.
Oh,
At
okay.
the same day.
Okay. The guys are saying the ad sounded fine. I don't know what the hell was happening. That ad cut off 3 seconds before the end, whatever, a couple of days ago. And then today, on my end, it was stuttering and the audio was behind, or was ahead of what was happening on the screen. But the guy, I don't know. I don't understand technology, obviously. All right. How do you pronounce the name of your company?
So it's Velites. Velites.
With a B.
Velites. Yeah, exactly. Velites were the Roman soldiers started the battle for the Roman Empire.
Okay.
They were only armed with a spear, lowest class ever in the Roman society. And later on, they figured out a shield was maybe also important for the battle. Yeah, we named the
preservation.
Yeah, we named the company after them. Basically, because when I started, I kind of felt like that, and I thought that Velites had the V of victory, elite athlete, and as we wanted to create innovative premium products in a very competitive market, I kind of felt like the Velites when we were starting. So that's a little bit the background.
So is Velites, is that a Roman, like, is that Latin or is that a Spanish
It's
name?
Latin. Yes,
Okay.
It's Latin. Even in Spanish, if you would pronounce it correctly, it would be Velites. Some people do pronounce it like that here. But it's a Latin name, and the correct pronunciation is with a strong accent in the first syllable, V. Velites.
Okay. Does it annoy you when people say it wrong? Because, like, if I was saying it, I would call it like Velites.
Velites sounds very cool.
Okay.
I'm happy as long as people try to say it. I think it's a good sign. So I'm always happy to see people struggle with it. It's in every country, people say it different. Like in French, is Velite.
Yeah.
Is what I hear the most.
You're going to hear that a lot this week.
Yeah, exactly. I will be there in the French throwdown. So yeah, definitely. I will also practice my French a little bit.
What was everybody speaks English now, don't worry about it. What was what was your first product?
So the the company started because I couldn't do double unders, and I thought I could do a better jump rope.
What's that phrase? A bad tradesman blames his tools. So you literally said, it's not my fault. It's the skipping rope's fault.
Oh yeah, I'm an engineer, so I will always blame the tool.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, so we went to the hardware store. It was 2013 at the time when I started doing CrossFit, and yeah, double unders were the seed that started the company 2 years later. Yeah,
And
we
what did you do differently? Like what were you using that was frustrating you, and what did you change?
so at the time in 2013, most of the jumpers that the early CrossFit boxes had were plastic made,
Oh yeah, I know the ones, yeah.
always tangled, mostly broken all the time. So we brought a metal handle, 90 degrees. There was also something that with the first Rogue jumpers was very annoying, that the cable went up when you stopped.
Oh yeah. Like one of the handles isn't attached to
It's like the cable wasn't attached to the handle, so it
yeah,
went
yeah.
up. That was quite annoying as well. So we decided to fix it and put it like fixed kind of 90-degree thing, and a thicker cable, because when you're starting out you have more muscular feedback, let's say, when you have a thicker cable. So it did help me and others get our first double unders and experience that little joy of getting the first movements.
Mine still does that though. My Isn't that still a thing? The Rogue ones. So you get it, you cut it to length, and then there's like a screw that you tighten on the end of the handle,
Yeah.
and then that handle will still slide up to where the other handle is, but it won't fall off. Like, is that the thing you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because
There
mine
were
still
like
does
a
that, and
couple of them. Mhm.
it's an amazing excuse when you're picking up your rope. Oh, I'll just have to sort out this handle and take a little rest for 5 seconds. It's like it's like a chalk break for skipping rope.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm whatever. You're an engineer. I'm the opposite. Whatever the opposite of an engineer is. I'm a guy who uses like a kitchen knife to tighten a screw or to loosen a screw. So I was doing double unders whatever last Tuesday,
Yeah.
and I heard like a ping as I was doing them, and I was like, that was weird. And then when I dropped my rope, I realized that it was the screw. I hadn't tightened the screw enough. So when I
Yeah.
dropped the rope, the handle popped off, and I was like, oh, fuck, the screw is gone. So I had to stop the workout and spend like 5 minutes on my hands and knees patting, looking for the screw on a black floor. I got it. I got it
Yeah.
eventually. Um,
That's very fun when it happens.
yeah, it's great. It's great for a little rest. Yeah, no, I do see what you mean. So then when for your skipping ropes, then you can still cut them to whatever length you want, but you then, after you do that, you then hook on the handle rather than tightening a screw after the handle, if you know what I mean.
Mhm. So we've been evolving the system, and it depends on the model you choose. So right now we have 3 models. That's the Cyclone. That's our last model, built for crossovers, to do
Okay.
fast crossovers. So you normally, at, if you go lower, you will see when the jump rope is complete. Yeah, that there at the
Oh,
right.
okay.
It's very long, so that it gets out of the shoulders. We developed it with training culture athletes at the time,
This
because
guy
they were
is
using this.
very serious.
Yeah.
He's like, I
Uh,
really like this jump rope. Okay,
these
yeah.
are
So it's like an extender that goes on. So you can use it if you're just doing double unders, you can use it normally, and then if you're doing crossovers, you can extend. Okay.
exactly, and it was very crucial to have 180, at least 180 to 170 degrees movement on the handle, on the connection with the handle of the cable with the handle. so that it does not tangle when you're doing crossovers, because if you have a fixed 90 degrees, it does tangle when you are doing crossovers as well.
Is this
And
what gives it the 180? This kind of, can you see where my
yeah,
mouse is now?
270 kind of degrees of movement. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that comes from that little ring.
That comes from the ring. Exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. And it's a 3 millimeter cable, because you need a little extra, um,
Heft.
yeah, kind of, what's the name? Inertia. The perfect inertia we found at 3 millimeters to do crossover properly. If you want to go faster with double unders, you can go lower to 1.8 millimeters with no PVC coverage. I'm sorry if I'm getting too technical,
No.
but definitely has been a long ride with the jumpers, trying to really tackle different problems, movements,
Obviously,
styles,
like,
whatever.
it's fine this year. We'll get into it later on, but like, you're partnering with World Fitness Project, you're partnering with the games. It's, whatever. We'll talk about that in a minute. But as I'm just thinking about for this, if I learn double under crossovers with the extended handle and the different weight rope or thickness rope,
Yeah.
would I not be screwed then if I go to an event and it's like, oh, here's a rogue rope, you're doing double under crossovers, or here, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, am I giving myself an advantage by using this setup, that if I was to use a normal one, I'd just be screwed?
Uh, I would suggest to train with the material you're gonna compete,
Compete
right?
with, yeah.
So that would be my suggestion. It the less you learn during the actual competition, normally the better. And we've been doing quite weird stuff in competitions. If you remember, like 3 or 4 years ago, I think it was, in Madrid Championship,
Yeah,
we
you
put
use
the
this, didn't
bar,
you?
and we had some athletes practicing with a brooming stick.
Yeah.
Um, wasn't really the same feeling, but at least you had some time to practice with the bar.
Yeah, that was
Um,
before cleans or something, wasn't it? Wasn't it a certain
yeah,
amount of
yeah,
double
yeah.
unders?
It
Then
was
yeah.
cleans, exactly, and double unders, and but most pro athletes were very happy with the challenge. Let's say they were successful,
Yeah.
of course, getting through it. So
All right, so the Cyclone is for learning double unders. What are the other ones then? Is these weighted handles? No.
that's the Earth 2.0. So that's a product we launched in Kickstarter, actually. It became top 10 most funded campaigns in Kickstarter when it launched, almost after the pandemic, and it's a patented product. So it has customizable weights on the handle, both inside and outside, and you can change the cables also from 2.5 millimeter, which would be the minimum diameter for it to work, to 8 millimeters. Yeah, and normally in competitions we put them with the 8 millimeter cable that we call the monster cable, and a full set of weights that puts the handles up to 1.3 kilograms. I don't know in lobsters or
Yeah.
the pounds, or but it's
What did you say?
1.3
1.3.
kilograms. Yeah,
Okay,
kilograms.
so what, that's like 2.6
Yeah, I
pounds.
think something like that.
Okay, 8 millimeters. So what cable is that there?
That's
That's
the
two.
blue cable. That's 8 millimeters in inches. Let me check. That's 0.3 inches.
So is that? It's not like a rope. It's not like like the heavy ropes that you get from RX.
I
It's
don't
not
think
that.
it's I don't think it's that wide. I don't think it's
Okay,
that
yeah.
wide.
I get you. It's not like the fabric rope. It's still a PVC metal
E-
combo.
yeah, exactly. It's a
Yeah.
PVC with metal, but it won't feel as heavy as the as the model you just mentioned.
Who's your biggest? Is RX Smart Gear? Are they your biggest competitor? Say.
Uh, it's difficult to mention just one competitor, because normally in the US, brands are more focused in one vertical, whereas in Europe, I don't think you have a big chance just focusing just one vertical.
So you're saying RX Market can sort of not get away with, but they can because the market is so big, like so populated, they can just do skipping ropes
Yeah,
and they'll be fine, or they could just do grips and be
yeah,
fine. Whereas
exactly,
here you
exactly.
need to diversify, basically.
And also the vision from the company has always been to be a 360-degree provider. So of course, we've been slowly building that. But for example, our bestseller categories are sunglasses, um, grips, of course, especially the no chalk grips, and jump ropes. But jump ropes, despite as a company and as a brand started with jump ropes, it's our third category right now. And shoes is picking up fast right now. Yeah. Apparel we're launching in a month and a half, but
This dude has 4 names and I can only pronounce 2 of them. Yeah, what's the end of your name? That's not Spanish. Is that like Dutch?
yeah, my mother is from Belgium.
Okay. Wow, I was close. I'm impressed with myself.
Yeah, yeah, Fan Vas. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. How do these compare? Do you do that? Do you look at like would you at an event, you have the benefit of like people maybe not recognizing you because you're not as forward facing. Those kind of companies, I'm thinking of like Frog Grips and the like too, can kind of show up at events and just walk through the crowd fine. Do you ever go to like an RX Smart Gear setup at Wadapalooza or something and be like, oh, these ropes are shit? Or like, oh, that's a good idea. We must look at doing something like that.
I mean, we're always looking to what other brands do. So one of our big concerns in Velites is to try to bring the most innovative stuff to the market. So, for example, a lot of people in the US don't know this, but we were the first company really bringing the no child grips to the market. It was already 3 years ago. It was a Kickstarter campaign. And from that idea, we brought to the market that sadly we couldn't patent because it's a chemical kind of solution we developed with our providers. Full companies have taken off from the like frogs, for example, literally for one of our innovations.
You can
That
use CPW 16 for a discount on Frog Grips. Sorry, go on.
they must be good as they're based on ours. So
Yeah.
sorry, I couldn't help myself. um, so yeah, and actually grapes were one of the products that really went viral into the boxes. So we had a good start with the Edge 2.0 Kickstarter campaign. We then launched the Quad Ultras also in Kickstarter. Did as well in the Kickstarter kind of platform, but did very well when they reached the market, and helped us kind of spread the brand in Europe, especially in UK, Italy, Germany, France, and of course Spain, and all the little countries like Belgium, Holland, and so on. And we've been building from there, kind of bringing other products like the also patented backpack, the sunglasses, now the shoes, and later this May the apparel line. Yeah.
What can you so you say you can patent, right?
Yep.
Hang on, how do I do this? Okay, yeah. So they're the bag. Are these the bags you've patented, or these are all
The
of them?
storm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a patent on the magnetic connection between both little bag and big bag.
Oh, this just peels off.
Yeah. You
Oh,
tear
that's
it off.
cool.
You tear it off, and then you can put it on the rack. I think it's shown a little bit later.
Oh yeah, she has it there.
Yeah, she has it there, but you have two neodymium magnets, and you can put it on the rack, and it stays there.
Oh, I
So you can.
follow.
Yeah, I will send you one. I would say
That
new
is
one.
actually cool. But when you do, I didn't mean to sound surprised by that. When you do
No worries.
a patent, like what's the limit on what you can? So, like, say, what's to stop someone else doing this and say, "Oh, we had that idea too." Like, what's to stop fucking Built for Athletes? They make bags. What's to stop them doing the same thing but just positioning the magnets differently? Or like what's the limit? Like you mentioned the chalk grips there. You said or the no chalk grips that it was a chemical substance that's why you couldn't patent it. Or you couldn't you can't patent a chemical substance, I guess. But why? Like, what's to stop Rogue saying, "Hey, they're cool skipping ropes. Let's just copy that little ring thing. That's cool." Or like, "Oh, that's cool putting a extender on the bottom. Why do we just do that?" Like, what's the limit on what you can claim as your own intellectual property versus it's a free market?
The most important thing is if it was before in the market or not.
Okay,
That's the first thing.
so
So
there's
if
never been a
something is
bag that
already
magnetically attaches and detaches, so then you can patent that in
there
this way.
was there was never a two-part bag that you could detach magnetically and then attach the little bag to other surfaces at the same time, which is a very specific application when you're
Yeah,
doing fitness, because you can leave most of the stuff at the changing room and you
and then
can
just whack
take.
your bag onto the rig and it's there.
Exactly. You can also put the mobile phone on front to put a little timer or whatever if you're doing open box. It has very cool kind of let's say over-engineered features based on the needs and on the look and feel of an athlete.
What's this thing here on top? Is that a separate thing or is that something that's in the bag?
That's a belt, and it's separate. Yeah,
Oh yeah, okay. It's zipped in a little cover.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Actually, the whole design of the bag, it's opposite of the school bag. We wanted to do it a bit um, wider at the top and a little bit thinner because you don't want to lose space at the bottom, which is the opposite of a normal school bag that looks smaller at the top. Um, and it's also a little bit wider at the top in the other direction, just like somebody that is fit.
Oh
So it
yeah, okay.
makes the shoulders and the chest kind of volume in itself, also trying to mimic.
Two, Barry. It's two backpacks. It's two
There you
backpacks.
go.
Yeah, there you go. That's the selling point. Um, yeah, it is. I do like that. That's
You
cool.
have a lower tire version though. That's the Dura Diamond fabric, which is top tire kind of fabric, but you have a lower entry price as well with PVC, recycled PVC fabric as well.
Okay, yeah, I follow. How do you like of that? So say like 340 euro.
No euro. In euro, I think it's a little bit less because of the.
340. Sorry, 340.
It's 340. Is it euros? Yeah, correct.
339 or whatever. Yeah,
Yep, correct. Mhm.
like so there's utilities and you employees and overheads and etc etc. But like most people will look at that and be like, "Fucking hell, I'm not paying over 300 quid for a bag. Like, no chance." But I'm
Mhm.
assuming that like to produce and have like to get the bags,
So,
there's a
so as
profit on it. But like people will look at that price tag and be like, "Fuck off."
oh yeah, of course, of course.
How
We
so? How
didn't.
do you set the price without alienating your
So is
target
the
market?
so I would like to say that this is the lowest margin product we have. The lowest margin product we have. So it has 17 neodymium magnets on it. The one you're looking at has the kind of Everest kind of waterproof and resistant proof fabric on it, so that's not cheap. Of course, you have the lower tire option
Yeah.
if you want, and so I wouldn't say, of course, it's not the best selling product in terms of units, but it's the product that really, really, really achieves two things. One, it brings a lot of traffic. Two, people wearing it feel very good about it, and has some kind of status attached to it. It's like we're wearing like a Mercedes of bags kind of thing. Um, and the third thing is that it gets a lot of attention into the brand thanks to their capabilities when it's out of the box, and being a little bit exclusive in that regard. Of course, we have other products that are, let's say, more on price and whatnot.
Yeah, yeah.
But this is
It's
it's a special piece that we are very proud about, and it's not our highest margin product by any means. So it's a
yeah.
tough product to manufacture. It's a very high end product, and it has and magnets put also and fit. We use top tier fit lock kind of systems, and
Yeah.
we just wanted to show off what we are capable of doing without compromising on the functionality.
Is it 'cause it's hard how many prototypes to go through? Because it's hard to get a bag right. I mean, so many times you get a bag, you put it on, and you're like,
Mhm.
"This is fucking massive," and I look like an idiot. And then other times you get one, and you're like, "It's not functional. It doesn't hold enough." Or I think of, I mean, a good example of it's easy to get it wrong is Haven had this. Oh, this is the best bag ever. It went bust. Like the company folded. Like there, and I know there's
Yeah.
other issues at play there too. But like, it's an easy thing to say. Oh, everyone needs a bag, but people will go through grips pretty quickly. People will go through. They'll need a replacement cable for their rope or whatever.
Mhm.
Not many people are buying more than one bag every 5 to longer years. Do you know what I mean? Like you're going to have your bag, and then you're like, right, I don't need to replace that until it's bursting at the seams, basically.
No, I totally agree with that. Bags is a tough business on its own, and definitely it's not a product I would start with if I didn't have the revenue and the cash flow coming from jump ropes,
Yeah, yeah,
wrist sunglasses, and other easier to consume products and with more lifetime value, let's say. Um, but bags are definitely uh, a good complement to have when you have a wider range that really
yeah.
helps you position your brand values at some level and your style as well. So, um, but that's it is what it is. I understand that selling back solely high priced bags to a small niche is not the best business. But I don't know the reasons why Heaven went out of business. To be
He
honest,
got he got all the pre-order money he could get, and he just like,
uh,
oh yeah, the company's gone. Sorry. Um, I was curious,
yeah.
like
I mean, we
health.
use pre-orders a lot as well.
Yeah,
But yeah, whatever.
I
It's tough. It's tough. They
I
had
was
a good
curious when I
product.
when I saw healthcare. I was like, what is this going to be? Yeah, it's like as in mobility and stuff. I was like trying to figure out what healthcare would be. Okay, yeah,
It's not Viagra. We're
no,
not there yet.
yet. Oh look, French soda. Um, is there a danger of doing too much, like of taking on, like, so here you got grips, jump ropes, protection, condoms. No, you got wrist wraps, that kind of stuff, sunglasses, backpacks, mobility, like scrapers and rollers, and that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
You're saying you're doing shoes. You're saying you're going to do apparel.
Yep.
Like, is there a risk of being a jack of all trades, master of none? Like, of doing everything, and then nothing is of a high enough quality that it stands out. Do you know what I mean?
The problem we've found with that is that normally we bring the highest quality of the market in each of the categories. So we are really obsessed about that. And we do not partner. So for example, you might say, what did you know about shoes if you're doing first of jumpers, right? Or what do you know about apparel when you're doing belts or whatever? And the thing is, how we structure new developments is we partner with the best of the best in each of the categories. So, for example, the shoes, we we found a partner that were part of the development team of Adidas in the fitness category. So we worked together to bring out this shoe, bringing on all their expertise, our design, and our, let's say, functionalities kind of list that we wanted to bring, so that we didn't have to learn the whole thing of bringing a new shoe to the market, which is a hard endeavor. And the same happened with the backpack. So we partnered with a high-end photography backpack partner that was able to bring us a process and the skill and the speed to go through 11 different prototypes with the backpack in 18 months, which is a crazy speed to bring an innovative product. So our expertise is the expertise on the niche. And we have three values that we work in Velites. First, when we start our product, is what's the edge? What's the edge that we want to bring to the market that will make this product stand out? And from there, we work down and partnering with the right people and really obsessing about prototyping properly, testing it with athletes, bringing it back, taking the time to develop the product, not just kind of taking like whatever shoe and rebrand it. We always start from scratch because in the end, we are an engineer based company, and we love the process of bringing new stuff to the market. And for example, the shoes, we were in the middle of the process. And we were in a dead end, and we need to start again later. So that was the second round of even changing completely the design because it was not working in the beginning. Even though we were working with the ex Adidas team, but yeah.
So does it have a
So
lot of
as long
similarities
as you
to their drop set one then? If
to
it's
them,
they have that Adidas have their like CrossFit shoe now, the drop set shoe that you see like Haley Adams and Billy and those guys wearing. Is there similar? Is it the same team that worked on that? Is it similar starting
I
point?
I don't think they were there already when they started developing that shoe.
Yeah.
That, by the way, I haven't tested yet, so I definitely want to test that one. But no, they. I don't think they were part. I think they were gone before.
What's 001, 002? Is that two different versions, an old version and a new version, or is it
It's a drop. So we did the first drop, which is just colors. So
right?
we
I
did the
thought it
first.
meant
Yeah.
the sole, the thickness of the sole or something. All right, okay.
No, no,
So
no.
these are the latest ones.
This is the latest drop. It changes basically the colors, and it's a gum drop, more, let's say, old school CrossFitter kind of vibe. Yeah.
Can't beat black and gum. Black and gum is just peak color wise, isn't it? I don't
Yeah,
know. It's just
I love
so
it.
the black and brown just always looks so good together.
Yeah.
Okay. And is there that's a really easy thing to fuck up, isn't it? A shoe. Like there's so
Wow.
many things to go wrong.
It's
Like
crazy. It's crazy.
stability, like there's especially in CrossFit because there's so much, you have to run, you have to skip, you have to squat, you have to weightlift, jump, land. Like there's just so many areas that the shoe can fail. It's not going to like explode or anything, but like that someone would be like, oh, I don't like it. I don't like to run with it. Like I used to like wearing Metcons, but I never liked to run in Metcons. Anything over like 200 meter. Well, I didn't like to run anyway, but I just didn't like the way my feet felt. I like the strike movement ones are nice, but I don't like doing burpees and jumping in them because the bottoms of my feet cramp.
Okay.
Like there's something with each shoe that I'm like, oh, I like that shoe, but then I don't like the way, like Rads are the only ones I wear where I'm like, yeah, I'd be happy to wear that all day. I wouldn't take it off. Like I remember I used to wear Nanos. I'd be keen enough to kind of kick them off and just not have them on, but I'm fine during a workout. You know what I mean? Like there's so many. How long? So say when you said, all right, we're going to make a shoe, to let's put this shoe on the website. Like what was the period of time that passed?
It was 2 years.
Wow. Okay.
It was 2
And
years.
where is the team? Is the team out of Germany, or are they like in China, or where is the team that creates them?
Berlin. Some of the team members are a bit in the beginning were a bit scattered, but now they are working together in Berlin. Yeah, the
Okay.
offices are in Berlin, and they work together with our designers in the Basque Country, and us in Pamplona. So it's it's two companies working. One high-end industrial design company that brings up the Velites style of design, which we try to maintain across the products, the look and feel, let's say. Then we have the materials, specific knowledge of shoe engineering that comes from Berlin, and our contact to the CrossFit niche, let's say, market to test the prototypes and really design the value proposition in terms of, hey, we want a 3mm drop, we want protection for the rope, we want a very high grip, we want back protection for the weightlifting. We need to be comfortable enough when doing short runs, but stable enough when doing weightlifting. Those kind of parameters that we need to validate later with athletes and on the market. And we're still learning, that's what we kind of bring. And you still learn when you launch the product. So right now we are including like 4 different changes to the next drop because of what we've learned from feedback from actual customers at this moment.
How many drops do you do a year then of the shoe, or how many iterations?
We're gonna do 4 color drops, but the 4th drop, it's gonna be slightly improved from the first 3.
So this one, the next, so
the next is gonna be the same.
Number 3, number 4, number 5 will be the same shoe but different colors, and then number 6 will be a slightly different shoe.
So 1, 2, and 3 are the same, exactly same shoe.
Okay. So these are the same shoe. This one and this one are the same. It's just the color.
It's just the color.
Exactly. Okay. Right. Okay.
Yeah. It's just the color.
And then when they're gone, they're gone.
When they're gone, they're gone. And when we achieve drop 3, some slight changes that would improve some things that customers have have experienced that could be better, like a little slightly more comfortable padding at the back that some people have asked. Some other people have asked for a higher drop, so we will be also including a little wedge that attaches, because people don't want a 3mm drop, they want a little bit extra for more weightlifting kind of workouts, which I think Nike had a similar kind of thing.
Yeah, I think the Metcon did. Yeah.
Marco
says Metcons have a 2-mile limit. It's fucking less than 2 miles.
Yeah,
there you go. That's generous. Newer Metcons are terrible for running. I always found Metcons were really shit for running.
It feels more like running in a wedding shoe.
Yeah. Do you make a shoe that makes double unders easier? No, but I guess if you buy the shoe and a rope, it's a one-stop shop for that. Are you going to make a running shoe? Because right. This is what I want to get into. Right. So the reason you're on this show, the reason we came in contact with each other was myself and AJ Mundweiler did a show like a week ago, and we were talking about Wildland Fest, and we got we agitated each other and got into a bit of effervescence about the current state of programming and competitions and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that came up was you were at Wildland Fest. You had a stall there, whatever. And you're going to be a French Throwdown. And then we were talking about how you're partnering with the games, and then how you're partnering with World Fitness Project, and then how you're partnering with High Rocks. And then I said that I could not understand the logic of partnering with High Rocks when you do grips, skipping ropes, training shoes. They won't wear training shoes. They'll wear running shoes. They won't do skipping. They won't do any gymnastics. And I couldn't figure out. I was like, apart from sweatbands, I don't understand where the crossover is. But I do understand that there's like, on any given weekend, there's 3 different events across the world with 20,000 people at each event. And they're just, like cattle in a mart, just packed in like sardines. So they're gonna probably spend some money. That's a huge move from you guys to partner with the games, the biggest like not rival to the CrossFit Game season, and then High Rocks as well, all in one like 30-day period or whatever those 3 things were announced.
It's true that with High Rocks and with CrossFit, we've been working more than 2 years already. So it's like not news.
It's an evolution, I suppose, rather than
it's an evolution. Yeah. So the big thing that happened with CrossFit and High Rocks were the co-brandings that we are doing, and later on, as we were in Albany, it came up the opportunity to do the shoes and apparel. So with CrossFit, of course, not with High Rocks because they're doing with Puma. And for us, it was a like perfect moment because we do have we were already producing the apparel, so it was easy for us to increase production. And on the shoes, we could do very fast a new production, as we didn't have to re-engineer anything or bring a new shoe, of course, because we already have them on the market. So there was the possibility, and we definitely wanted to help out CrossFit this year with that. And with High Rocks, it's been a 2-year evolution from being in Spain first, then in Europe. And now scaling the partnership to Europe, the US, and doing co-branded products. But I understand your question. And it was something that it scared the shit out of us the first year because we were like 3 years ago, we were very small. And I was in High Rocks like, man, saying the same. Like, they have no bars. There's no grips we can sell. How the hell are we gonna be able to pull a positive ROI from here? But we still did the events. We found a way to be profitable 9 months later, basically because there is I see High Rocks like this. You have like this big niche which is running at the right side, and then CrossFit niche in the left side, right, which is smaller and more complicated to perform and everything, right? And High Rocks came kind of bridging both worlds. And the truth is, most of the people that train for High Rocks, like a high percentage, 30 to 40% of the massive amount of people that go to do High Rocks, which it's very different in different countries, but they do CrossFit, they train, worst case scenario, to an F45 kind of gym, and they have no whatever. No, I'm happy with the F45s. Like I hate this
money. Cool.
I really don't think we are in fitness to fight to each other, right? I think we try here to make people feel good, try to eat healthier and everything. So why fight to each other, right? Well, that's my point of view in general. That's why we don't kind of select the partners by whatever thing is going between them. And
I get you.
we don't see the market like that. We like to work with professional people. I think the same happens on the other on the other side. Like it gives you more confidence, somebody that's able to work with Hyrox and with CrossFit at the same time, or with World Fitness Project, Turf Games, or Spartan that we've been working as well, gives you more confidence as a brand, because you know there are professionals that people want to work with, and they probably know how to do an event properly. And this is important, be around for many years, because we've been working together with most of our partners for a long period of time. We are not a partner that normally comes and goes next year, and then comes another one and goes again. We really have a tight way of generating ROI and more brand awareness that is profitable in 1 year, something like that, which is a little bit the ROI period we use on this kind of events, which makes us kind of stand apart and be able to partner with so many people and be around for more years.
So hang on. So you're partnering with the CrossFit Games, the World Fitness Project, Hyrox, Turf Games, Spartan. What was the other one you said? Is there another one in there?
Well, Spartan is Deca. It's a new product they have here in
Okay.
Europe. Yeah.
Wait, like, is that just, oh, guys, we did pretty well with the backpacks last year. We've got this additional money lying around. Let's invest it into Hyrox. Or is it like,
And we are a profitable company.
yeah, no,
So
I mean, you wouldn't be.
we are not kind of a VC funded kind of money, throwing away money kind of a company that is not generally being able to pull out a proper ROI from the interactions we get in competitions. Otherwise, it would be impossible.
So your model is basically you had the company, you started off small with, say, like showing up at CrossFit events, showing up at, partnering with Hyrox in Spain or whatever. And then once that becomes profitable, you basically extend your reach within that, whatever it is, partnership. And then once that becomes profit, you extend it more, and then it just keeps going.
With some anxiety along the way,
Yeah.
of course, because you don't freaking know.
And is it a risk then, say with the World Fitness Project, is that a risk because you haven't been able to do it the way that you did it with CrossFit or the way that you did it with Hyrox, where you kind of dip your toe and then step a little bit further in? Like World Fitness Project is like, it's on and it's happening. So you're in or you're out, basically, compared to say CrossFit where it was year by year, or Hyrox where it was year by year.
Well, I think that and we are partners, for example, as well with Wallapalooza. Let's put some heritage competitions that drive attendees, athletes. They sell good amounts of tickets, like Wallapalooza CrossFit Games. So it's a more sure bet to be there, as is not a first-time event. Whereas World Fitness Project is a first-time event, so we need to see, and we're gonna see. We're in Indianapolis this week, and not myself, but part of the team is gonna be there. So we are in the same situation than the rest, and we try to get the deals to a size, and also we're very transparent when we try to get the deals, to try to set a win-win kind of situation. Like one of the big learnings I think we had since the very beginning is that when you go to an event as a brand, you should know your numbers, which normally happen throughout experience, and also know where you can or cannot get in terms of a partnership. And sometimes, especially if there's not a proven track record, you normally want to start small and grow together, and maybe tie some of the profit of the competition to some numbers, like how many athletes you're able to bring, how many public you're able to bring. Because once you know that, if you have tight marketing and you know what you're doing as a brand, you can pull out some numbers in which you feel comfortable with, and work together. And if that resonates with the other side, and it's been resonating with most of the partners we've been working with, you achieve a successful partnership that can last for years. But of course, I think World Fitness Project, we need to see how they develop, how it works, because if it's a first-time event, it's definitely looks fantastic, but we'll see.
Is it
I mean, you need to take some bets sometimes, right? Um, I mean, as a business owner, or even like in life, as long as it's a measured kind of risk that you're taking, and of course, you can always sign like a 1 year contract, see how it works, and we can see if we renew next year or whatever. Mhm.
is it like so say you sign with uh CrossFit, you're the official grip, jump rope, and shoe? No, yeah, shoe.
So it's so the jump ropes, the bands, and the grips, which is our initial kind of deal. It's a 3 year deal.
Okay.
The shoes and the apparel is just for this year.
Okay.
At this moment, at least, we'll see
Okay.
if we continue
And
next year, they change or whatever.
then it's the same with World Fitness Project, but not the shoes or the apparel, because they have Adidas doing the shoe, and I guess
Yeah, we didn't get into shoes and apparel
yeah.
with them. So right now, also as a
What's the name
brand,
of your man's
yeah.
company? Fucking my god, LRX or whatever. I assume they're doing their apparel. That Ryan Husband guy is doing their partnership, so I
Oh
assume
yeah,
that
yeah,
he's
yeah,
doing the
yeah.
apparel.
He has an apparel brand. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
correct.
So is it
Yeah, yeah,
annoying for you then? I suppose if you can get in, is your logic that if you can get in with the World Fitness Project as grips, sweatbands, and jump ropes partner, but not as shoe sponsor and not as apparel sponsor, it's a cheaper deal for you or a more economical deal for you. But then also someone goes onto your website and they see the shoes, and someone goes onto your website and they see the clothes, the apparel, and then you haven't had to pay for you haven't had to pay for that exclusivity or whatever, but you're reaping the rewards from it, because all like most of these of your type of companies seem to, in my experience, have the outlook of, if we just get people to our website, we can do the rest. Like we just need to get them there. So then when you partner with them, because someone asked earlier on, like if you're the official shoe of CrossFit, they had, at least in the last few years, that rule that no, we're not going to enforce an official shoe on the athletes. You can wear whatever shoes you want. So then you're the official shoe of CrossFit, but it's kind of like, okay, cool, but what if nobody decides to wear them? Then it's like, we're the official shoe of CrossFit, but you're not going to see them. Like, is that do you have to wrestle with that a bit when you're making those kind of deals, that you're not going to actually be seen, but that, say sorry, this is fucking really wordy. The two sides of stone is, or the two sides of the coin is, like the CrossFit Games, you're the official shoe, but maybe none of the athletes wear your shoes. The World Fitness Project, you're not the shoe sponsor, you're not the clothes sponsor, but maybe you benefit as much as Adidas does, because people might not see them, but they'll go to your website and see them.
So
Okay.
yeah, so in the end, so the short answer is yes. The only thing I would like to kind of
Clarify.
clarify and really bring our thought process there is, yes, we are happy having a grips and jump rope kind of deal so that people know us.
Yeah.
So you need some kind of excuse for people to know you. I mean, our biggest legacy has been, and our biggest selling products are grips, jump ropes, or sunglasses, depending if you're on High Rocks or CrossFit, let's say. But yeah, once you start a relationship with people, you might be a farther down the road option on shoes. For example, if they like the new shoe we launch, or if they like, I don't know, a new belt or our new knee pads that would be coming in a couple of months or whatever. So
knee sleeves or knee pads? Knee sleeves.
I never know. I never
As
know.
in for weightlifting, for squatting, like.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So we hope that happens, of course. But I would love to be able to afford being apparel, shoes, ribs, and jump ropes. But as I told you, right now we are not in a position to do that economically, and we're not such a big brand to do all those things. I hope we get there. Uh,
Yeah, you're obviously like your hands are tied more as well than, I mean, I don't know anything about budgets, but like I'm assuming you guys partnering with World Fitness Project compared to Adidas partnering with them, it's like a drop in the ocean to just be like Adidas can
100%.
just be like, cool, no problem, here you go. If the employee or whatever can argue the case, like.
Yeah. No, 100%. And I will always try to defend our specialist kind of positioning, like really, really, really being born and be part of the community. So everyone on the company does CrossFit, uh,
That's cool.
and so we don't hire anyone that does not do CrossFit or at least functional fitness and have like a deep knowledge as an athlete and as a user of the products. We don't even hire smoking people that smoke. Um, I yeah, maybe somebody's already suing me for saying that, but whatever. We really take a lot of pride of being part of the people we work with, for better than with for. So I think there will always be space for us, and I'm more than happy that big companies are paying more and more attention, not just to CrossFit, but the functional fitness um, kind of way of life, if you can call it some way,
Yeah.
because that will bring more opportunity, and it's really because it's becoming a mass market kind of product that will um, increase longevity. It's a great product to have a good body maintenance through time. Um, Even if you start losing the possibility of doing the complicated movements of CrossFit, like weightlifting or gymnastics, you could always be happy moving with your body and doing strength, conditioning, and metabolic movements and workouts. And it's an excellent product to maintain your body, and I would also argue your mind, for a long time. For a long time. And that's something that after COVID, it's becoming more and more apparent that is something you have to take care. So I think CrossFit is an awesome product. I think Hyrox has brought an excuse of a top of funnel kind of value proposition that brings in a more um, a more easier look on more people that would be scared out of the weightlifting and the gymnastic side of CrossFit, and and that in the long run will bring more and more people to CrossFit, and a lot of CrossFit people that hate running, like myself, into running probably. So I think things are gonna mix up more and more when the years pass, and that will be good because a lot more people will be doing functional movements and really using functional fitness as a way of feeling better, let's say.
Is there a US store, or how
Yeah,
are
we
you
have
fucked? Are you
operations in
fucked with
Houston.
the tariffs? How are you getting around the tariffs, or how's
Oh
that
yeah,
working?
yeah, that's very fun. The tariffs took out definitely some sleep out of myself. We are yeah. So especially now that we are doing one of the biggest imports in the US for the CrossFit Games, right in the middle of this war on tariffs. Um, we are lucky enough to have enough range of providers to really move away, for example, from China, which we produce some of the products. But we do also work with Vietnam, and we can move some of our operations there. We, of course, on the apparel side, we're also looking
I don't know
to
why, but I thought you were going to say Texas or something.
we
I should
import
have known it'd be
everything to
another Asian.
Texas. we import everything to Texas, but we're more moving also to European countries, European continent countries like Turkey that are good in apparel, also Portugal, which is next to us, and we are
Yeah.
looking into alternatives there as well. But most of the high-end apparel, fabrics, and also for the shoes, kind of high-end technical shoes, the expertise is not in Europe.
Yeah, yeah.
You will only find it in Asia. I think it was the Apple CEO saying the same. Like you don't have the expertise to produce phones in the US. You just don't have it, and it doesn't mean you can build a phone. It doesn't mean you don't have the machines and the expertise to use the machines.
Yeah.
That is complicated to get, but I think it's gonna ease a little bit. It's not gonna be like it was, but it's gonna ease, and we are in a good position in terms that we are 90%. 90% of the company revenue is from Europe, and right now only 10% it's coming from the US. Of course, it's growing fast, but it's still manageable. In a like if you see the business overall, that if you import 10% a higher tariff, it kind of is not as bad as if you import 90% with such higher tariffs, right?
Okay.
So
Gotcha,
it's
yeah.
only a little bump on the overall imports we do in Europe, including the US imports at this moment. But of course, it's not a sustainable tariffs kind of situation, but not for us. I think I would be more worried about 90% revenue US companies at this very moment, rather than on our company that has 90% of the business in Europe.
Oh yeah, I follow. Yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
was at Wallapalooza and I saw all the boxes from companies, and all those companies uh, are manufactured in Asia, like 90%.
Yeah.
So 511, I don't know. Uh, Most of the brands are, are really gonna suffer, especially if all your business is in the US at this very moment.
Yeah. What are these anal beads?
That's a good
It's for
definition.
counting, is it?
I'm gonna steal that one.
Yeah.
Um,
That's a magnet that sticks on the rig and then you can slide this up, is it?
yeah, as if you have any
Like
problem
Murph or something.
yeah, you have some problems counting your rounds, and I know some people that have problems counting.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
It could be a nice bit of passive aggression from coaches to walk around and
yeah.
hand out, hey, you need this. Okay, so you can get hand grips, jump ropes, what was that again? Wrist wraps and stuff, sunglasses. I didn't look at the sunglasses, backpacks, and anal beads down the bottom there as well. Sunglasses. Oh yeah, okay.
That product, actually, the abacus that you just mentioned,
Yeah,
in your
the
own
beads.
particular way, yeah. It's an idea of a box owner from Belgium. Nikki is the name. I met her at an affiliate gathering in Holland, and she came with this little round counter that was done in 3D printing, kind of with these beads in 3D print, these rings
Mm-hmm.
in 3D printing, and a small rope. And we got a deal to redesign it and launch it to the market. So some of our products do come from our customers. Actually, it's very, very cool.
I fucking hate those sunglasses. I love these ones, but I just something about those ski
I
type. I
can't
don't
wear
know.
them. I can't wear them.
I just
On
know
my face, that doesn't work.
I'd look like an absolute twat if I wore them, and I can't. And anytime I see anyone else wearing them, I just think you look like a twat, because I'd probably look like a twat. These ones are nice, like the standard.
It
Just
happens
give
the
me
same to
standard
me.
sunglasses.
And the best seller is the one that makes you look like a twat. Actually, yeah.
Yeah, of course it is.
That's the best seller. But I can't wear them either, because I do look stupid. But some people, they really look cool on them.
No, they
And
fucking
think,
don't.
oh, okay, whatever.
No, they don't. They might think they do. They might think they do,
I
but
don't
once
I
they
don't mind
catch a look at
seeing them in other
themselves
people.
in another twat wearing a pair of these and they catch a look at themselves and their reflection, they'll soon realize, oh, okay. It's like, what time are you hitting the slopes at? You know, it's just like, just wear a normal pair of sunglasses. These are nice, though. I like these.
Yeah,
They're just like your
more
standard.
classic.
Oh, look at
More
that.
classic.
Irox. Can't be buying them. Okay, they're nice. Okay, yeah, it's cool.
I send you some.
said you
some
said you
stuff
do
later.
have a US website.
Yeah, we have a European website in different languages, and then the US, and we have operations in Texas, in Houston.
Wow, I
So we
actually just
ship
pulled
from there.
Texas out of my ass like one of your anal counter beads, and it was actually right. It actually is Texas. That's so funny.
It's Texas, yeah.
Okay. So people, because someone said earlier on, oh, you don't ship to the US, but they just need to find the US website. Just I assume you'd go to Velites, and
Velites, yeah.
fuck, I'm never gonna get it right. And you click, there's probably an
okay.
American flag or something pops up. You click that, it brings you to the US website, basically.
Yeah, so you put usa.velitesport.com and you're there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This is the apparel that you're going to launch then?
Yeah, that's the apparel we are launching soon. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, congrats on all your partnerships and everything else. And I stand corrected on what I said. I'm always one to hold my hands up. I think I called your company stupid at one point.
It's
I
okay.
was questioning the business model.
I mean, I to be honest, I think it was a fair question. Like there were some legitimate questions there that even ourselves had.
Yeah.
When we start doing this, and why not say? I mean, I also hope everything pans out properly this year. Like, it's still some of the things we're doing are a bet that we are risking because we believe in the work we can do and that we can pull it off properly. But the opposite might happen as well. Every year we take a couple of bets that are a bit
risky.
Let's say, could to take some sleep off. But I think it's possible to maintain that that level of control risk in to maintain momentum and to see what happens and maybe learn something, whether it's good or bad. In the past, sometimes has been good, and we've learned for the better what works, and other times we've fucked up. The important thing is that it's a control fucked up that you can recover from.
You're not losing your house or your company on it.
Yeah.
You said it's on Amazon as well. Are people better off buying from you guys direct or Amazon? Does it make a difference?
I would always suggest to buy direct, because normally customer service and following up with with the orders and everything is under our control and not so much on Amazon's control. But you're gonna hopefully have a good experience on both.
Okay. All right. It's nearly my bedtime. Oh, geez, it's late for you. You're in Spain. You had your little siesta though in the middle of the day, so you're okay. Thanks for coming on. What day is it? Tuesday. Sevan will be on tomorrow morning at 7 his time, 3 p.m. our time, or 4 p.m. Spanish time. Tomorrow evening. Oh, debate show tomorrow at the usual time, and then right after the debate show, myself, Adrian, and Johnny Davies are going to go through the French Throwdown workouts and stuff. You're going to be at French Throwdown. Myself and Johnny are doing the broadcast, the English
language. You're going to be there?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll see you there. I'll be on Friday afternoon and Saturday the whole day.
Cool. Myself and Johnny are doing the broadcast, like the English language broadcast. We had a call today and they didn't say anything about swearing, so that's good. We can obviously just do whatever we want. I'll promote your anal beads when we're doing it. Adrian Munweiler and Johnny we're going to go through the programming.
I'll get you some products there so you can take with you, test them, and see whether any of what I said is true. at least
Cool.
in your own experience,
Yeah, I'd be interested. I'll never turn down a free product. Thanks, Matias. Appreciate it. Good luck with
Thank you, man.
the game, World Fitness Project, High Rocks, everything else. Thanks for watching, everybody, and see you
Sure.
tomorrow for the debate.
Yeah.